What's going on, everybody? It's the France, and we're here for AEW All Out 2022 review for September the 5th, 2022. This was a long-ass show. I'm going to buzz through the 0-hour show just because it's the 0-hour show and there wasn't really much on it. Sami and Tay beat Ortiz and Ruby Soho in a very quick match that started off with Sami and Tay wrestling in their street clothes. Good for them. Angelo Parker loses to Hook in Hook's toughest match to date, as Hook had to battle from beneath for a good bit of this match. Eventually, of course, he gets in the red rum and Angelo Parker taps out. The guy who does his theme saved him from 2.0 beating him down after the match, which that was pretty cool. Pac defeated Kip Sabian, was Kip Sabian's first match in over 500 days, and defended his All-Atlantic Championship. And apparently, right after the match was over, Orange Cassidy walked out in the middle of a interview that Pac was trying to have with Tony Schiavone, and that sets up the Best Friends versus Death Triangle on Wednesday. And then the match of the night for me, because I'm just one of those guys who likes some old good big boy slapping meat, Tomohiro Ishii and Eddie Kingston went to war, and Eddie Kingston beat him in what was by far my favorite match of the night. There were some other good matches tonight as well, but this was great. This was Eddie and Tomohiro Ishii 2. Their first one, of course, happened in New Japan Pro Wrestling a couple months ago. Obviously, they will have a third match, probably maybe a Wrestle Kingdom. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see on that. Let's get into the first match of the show. As soon as I get past the 0-hour stuff. We started off and I was like, I watched this match and I'm like, how the hell is Tony Khan going to top Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii? It was a match that it's like the crowd was in it, the crowd was into it, this tired the crowd out for sure a little bit. I was like, how are you going to top that? Well, we had the Casino Ladder match start the show. Ray Phoenix, Wheeler Yuta, which honestly, in my opinion, I wanted to see him start off with Claudio versus Wheeler Yuta and have those two go at it for about 3 minutes. Roosh came down, then Andrade, then Claudio, then Penta, and then everyone's fighting for this poker chip to try and win this match and get the title shot. And then all of a sudden, while everyone's fighting for this thing and fighting all around the ring and everything, we see men in black hoodies and ski masks beat the hell out of everybody. One of them gets the ladder and holds it up, while one of them goes up top and grabs the poker chip. This is not the Joker. And the person who grabbed the chip took the mask off, and it was Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway gets down, and everyone takes their masks off, and it's Ethan Page, W. Morrissey, the Gun Club, the Guns, and Lee Moriarty. And it looks like we have one more, as we have some new music play up, and the Joker makes her way to the ring with a devil mask on, suit, everything, devil mask, gloves, you can't tell who it is, and Stokely Hathaway with a big smile on his face just hands the poker chip to this masked man, and the Joker wins the match. And Justin Roberts and the winner is the Joker. What am I supposed to say here? But the Joker picks up the win, and you knew, and if anybody knew anything, that you knew this was who it was, and we'll talk about who it was way at the end of the show. We got a ton of matches still to go through, 10 matches still to go through. The match was getting good. I mean, it was a little botchy here and there, but it really did come down a bit because the masked man, the masked Stokely Hathaway's group and the masked guys beating everybody up, and then Stokely just holding the poker chip for the Joker, who happens to be the man with the devil, who went to look like he was about to take his mask off, but he's like, and does the Kimbe no finger wag, and then as they're walking away, it's just like shh, we'll find out later. With the way the show ended and how everything ended, this was absolutely great. If it would have been we had to wait till Wednesday to find out who this was, or wait for a few weeks to find out who it was, it would have been like, really? What the fuck? But no. The Elites versus the Dark Order for the World Trio Championship Finals. The match outcome was predictable. Well, I couldn't say it was predictable because Adam Cole coming back and screwing the Elite would have been fantastic to get us to Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega at Grand Slam, but that obviously did not happen. Now, early on in this match, the Dark Order boys, Silver and Reynolds, which hopefully will get their flowers someday and will hopefully win a championship soon, they were the only guys going into this match not to hold championship gold in AEW. So there is that. So we have the Elite versus the Dark Order Trios Championship match going on. In the early portion of the match, the Dark Order are trying to do everything to win this match, and Hangman Adam Page is like, they're like, I think it was Nick was down on the mat, and both Silver and Reynolds start like stomping on his back. Page is like, guys, what are you doing? He's hurt. Stop it. Calm down. And dude, what the fuck? And that went on for the first, 5 minutes of the match. Is that Hangman was looking out and trying to look out for the Elite while also trying to be in the match. After the match started going and kicking in the full gear, all that went out the fucking window. Now, this was a good match, but Silver had not Hangman Page, but Kenny Omega ready and aiming for Hangman hit the buckshot lariat. Hangman goes for the buckshot lariat, but Kenny Omega moves out of the way. He hits John Silver, laying him out. He tries to stop the pin from happening, but one of the Bucks grabs him and holds him back while Kenny Omega gets the pin. 1, 2, 3, and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega pick up and were the first ever trios champions. This was a lot of fun. It did start off really slow because, again, Hangman Adam Page was trying to play mediator between both guys. He was trying to show respect to King, which every time, Kenny Omega, the crowd was sitting down, but when Kenny Omega and Hangman Page got in the ring, the crowd got up and they were just wanting, because it's been 10 months since these two have shared the ring together in a match. Last time, of course, was for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. This time it's for the Trios Championships. And then when, of course, Silver tagged in or Reynolds tagged in and they broke that up, the crowd sat back down and we want this fight to happen. We want this fight to happen. And then it happened again, and of course they got back up, and it was the crowd was just all into this match. Again, Elite win, very good opening match, second match on the card. Moving on to Jay Cargill versus Athena. It's a typical Jay Cargill match. She comes out looking like shit because she dressed up as She-Hulk. If you want to die on that hill with how Marvel's Disney Plus shows are bastardizing that character, you go right ahead. But basically, it was Athena makes Jay Cargill look like a second-rate wrestler, and Jay Cargill gets help from her baddies, and Jay Cargill wins. What does Roman Reigns and Jay Cargill have in common? Oh, that's right, they're paper champions who can't win on their own. That's what that is. Athena should have won here. I am sick to death of Jay Cargill being champion. 37-0 and can't win a match on her own. Oh, that's right, she beat Layla Gray on her own, but she didn't have to worry about that because Layla Gray, it was not a contracted talent at the time. I'm talking about she had to have help to beat Thunder Rosa. She had to have help to beat Ruby Soho. She had to have help beating every single big person in AEW. And unfortunately, this is probably it for Athena. Athena is going to be a dark regular, and that's it. This was her chance to do something, and they blew it. Backstage, CM Punk ran with Ace Steel earlier today and asked if Punk is 100% healthy. He says he's never been 100% walking into a fight. And he knows John Moxley has an easy target. He claims that Moxley isn't just fighting him, he's fighting Chicago, and he name drops a coffee shop and local teacher, claiming Moxley won't beat him a second time. FTR, Wardlow versus the Motion Machine Guns and Jay Lethal. This match felt so unnecessary. Now, what was cool about the beginning of this is before we even got to the match, Motor Machine Guns and Jay Lethal come out. FTR and Wardlow come out, and Dax Harwood had his young 8-year-old daughter with him. And when she went over and gave Wardlow a hug, it was like one of the most adorable pictures, scenes that you saw. Was just her, just out there. She just it's I guess -1 has lost his spot as cutest kid in all of All Elite Wrestling. because here's Dax's daughter. So we have the match here. I really want to see FTR versus the Motor City Machine Guns for those Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships at the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Hopefully Tony Khan lets us know what's going on with Ring of Honor during the media scrum, which is going on right now. But big rig on Shelley, big lethal injection on double weed lethal injection Wardlow to headbutt. Lethal hits a lariat with followed by the Powerbomb Symphony. 1, 2, 3. Wardlow and FTR wins. Wardlow's been calling them FT War on social media, so who am I to argue? FT War wins. After the match was the best part. The heels tried to outnumber them, but here comes Samoa Joe. He is not the Joker. He's not the Masked Man. He is the Ring of Honor TV champion. He comes down. He beats up Satnam Singh, throws Sanjay into the ring. When all of a sudden, here comes Finlay. I don't know how they say her name. Dax's daughter. She comes out, breaks his pencil. Crowd pop for that. Harwood then nails him with the big right hand. She puts her foot on him. Breaks one foot counts, and the crowd counts with it. 1, 2, 3. And that was awesome. He puts his daughter on his shoulder, and they just all celebrate. Samoa Joe got busted up somehow. I mean, he is Samoan with some very, very, everybody remembers Kurt Angle headbutting Samoa Joe. I mean, come on. This is Samoa Joe. He bleeds easily. Now, this next match had a lot of people, a lot of controversy for a lot of people. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I love the way this match went. 5 minutes. It went 5 minutes. Now, Ricky Starks immediately hits the ring, starts throwing hands at Hobbs, but quickly puts a stop to this, running and squashing him on the ropes. Hobbs then shoves him in the middle of the rope, and then he launches Starks into the ring, poses in the guardrail. Hobbs continues to focus on the neck, slamming him on the mat with that area taking all the impact. Misses the lariat, then allows Starks to throw some hands and then back elbows in the corner in a great DDT. Hobbs is able to kick out of the pinfall attempt. Starks ends up hitting the ropes, running for the spear. Gets caught in the spine buster. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Powerhouse Hobbs wins. I loved it. This was the way this needed to go. Ricky Starks is the babyface. Ricky Starks is the babyface, but the dude is a little overconfident. He feels that he could beat. He's been teaming with this guy for over a year. He thinks he knows Powerhouse Hobbs and how strong Powerhouse Hobbs is. And Powerhouse Hobbs put him in his place tonight. This is not the last match between these two. Ricky Starks will win the feud overall. Absolutely. He should. But if I'm booking this, if I'm Tony Khan booking this, Hobbs won tonight, whether it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Hobbs goes on a tear. Ricky Starks wrestles a couple matches here and there, gets a couple babyface wins. But Hobbs beats and dethrones Wardlow. I mean, outside of Lance Archer, who should be back anytime from his New Japan stuff. Who else is going to beat fucking Wardlow? Legitimately beat Wardlow. Powerhouse Hobbs beats Wardlow at Full Gear. Keeps that title all the way to Double or Nothing or all the way to All Out next year. Ricky Starks goes after Hobbs again. Now, what they could do is that they could have Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks have one match before Ricky Starks wins the title, where it's a longer match. It's like 10 minutes, maybe 12. And Hobbs wins again, but not as dominant this time, and maybe cheats to win. So you set up so after everything they go through, Ricky Starks takes the TNT title from Powerhouse Hobbs and wins the feud overall. I think that's what they should do. Get a clip shown from Rampage on Friday night for the Acclaim and Swerve and Glory, which we move into the tag team title match. Swerve and Glory versus the Acclaim. This match here, I think we should have had an audible call. The Acclaimed was so much over in Chicago that Swerve and Glory went completely heel for this match. I love how talent can go and just turn that switch, and it's like, well, we're babyfaces, they're babyfaces, but they're more open than we are here. Let's do a heel run. And honestly, Swerve Strickland just feels like he should be a heel. The dude feels like he fits a heel like a glove. We got an "Oh, scissor me, daddy" ass in the cadence of "Oh, basking in his glory," which I thought was amazing. That was fantastic. This match was just fantastic. The Acclaimed are super over. Honestly, this is one of those ones that if they called an audible, I don't think anybody would have been upset about, because this was fantastic. There were so many spots in this match that it looked like the Acclaim were going to win. There were definitely a few 2.99999s for the Acclaim. But unfortunately, in the end, the Survivor of Glory got the Spirit Bomb double Meteor combo for the pin and the win. And Swerve and Glory retained. After the match, Keith Lee wanted to scissor Billy Gunn, and they did, and that was that. So that was good. It sucks that the Acclaimed are way over, and honestly, they could have won, and I don't think anyone would have been mad. This seemed to kill the crowd a bit, having Swerve and Glory win when everybody wanted the Acclaim to win, because the crowd just seemed to die after this. Moving on to Hikaru Shida versus Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus that steaming pile of shit. That's what she is. She's a steaming pile of shit. Now, going into the show, of course, it was supposed to be Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa, with Toni Storm apparently coming out as your new women's champion. Thunder Rosa has bulging discs in her back, was not cleared, unfortunately, and we come to this match. Now, the biggest story coming out of this match is that Jamie Hayter and the steaming pile of shit are about to come to a head, because Jamie Hayter has this match won. 1, 2, the steaming pile of shit pulls the referee out. Hayter's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So clearly, that's probably going to be a match at Grand Slam between those two. And hopefully Jamie Hayter beats her and sends her to the dark and dark elevation where she fucking belongs. No. Nightmare Factory, where she belongs. In the end, Toni Storm hits a double DDTs on both of them and becomes the new interim women's champion. I hate the interim title. Just say she's the women's champion. Thunder Rosa had to drop the title because of whatever. Excuse me. The next thing, Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Keep him as Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I mean, come on. Just being Jungle Boy, I think, has run its course. I think he should be Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Now, Christian comes out. He's in the ring. Just then, Jungle Boy comes out. He's looking for Luchasaurus. Where's Luchasaurus? He's looking for him. Luchasaurus comes from the heel tunnel, comes over and goozles him, and Jungle Boy tries to fight it off, but he ends up getting chokeslammed onto the metal grate that they use for where the fireworks shoot up. And that thing's hot all fucking night. They shoot fireworks out of that all night. So when he chokeslams him, that thing's gonna be fucking hot. So he chokeslammed him there, took him around, and beat him from pillar to post, took him down, beat him up some more, and into the ring. He hits the spear. Jungle Boy kicks out somehow. He gets back up, looks at the goes for the kill switch, blows a kiss to Jungle Boy's family, and 1, 2, 3 in 25 seconds or less, Jungle Boy Jack Perry loses to Christian Cage thanks to Luchasaurus, and they celebrate together, and they're officially back together as a duo. I fucking loved it. Christian Cage, genius, outsmarted Jungle Boy all the way. He made you think that Luchasaurus was on his side. He made Jungle Boy think that it was going to be a one-on-one match. No. This was awesome. And I can't wait to see where they go from here. Alex Morales is backstage with that Orange Cassidy Pac and the Best Friends in Death Triangle. It's been made official. It'll be Death Triangle versus the Best Friends. Pac says Orange is a little doggy barking up the wrong tree with Danhausen, then celebrating with them and doing the Go Team. Moving on, we have Danielson versus Chris Jericho. Danielson got his music sung, he got sung to the ring by the person who does the lyrics on his entrance theme, which that was pretty fucking cool. So we had this match here, and this was good. I mean, last year, remember, Danielson made his AEW debut at the end of All Out with Jungle Boy, Christian Cage, and Luchasaurus stopping the Elite from, doing whatever. Just the difference a year makes. So, this match went a good while. Now, obviously, the story in this entire thing is playing out is Daniel Garcia. What side is he going to be on? Daniel Garcia did not get involved in this match at all. I know some people thought he was going to. He's watching in the back. Danielson unleashes a series of kicks to the back of Jericho, with the official having to pull him away, which leads to a roll-up. Danielson kicks out. He then hits a rolling elbow strike that leads to some more elbows. Jericho then takes advantage. He grabs, they end up pushing Aubrey into the corner, allowing Jericho to back kick Danielson with a low blow. Hits the Judas effect. 1, 2, 3. Danielson loses to Chris Jericho. But in the back, you see Daniel Garcia hit his head down like, I told this guy he did not need to cheat to win. And here he is cheating to win. Obviously, Daniel Garcia will be facing off against Wheeler Yuta on Wednesday for the Pure Championship. The rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society appeared with him except for No Garcia. And that was that. House of Black and Sting. House of Black versus Sting, Darby, and Miro. Well, this match has a lot of people talking. And it's simply because Malachi Black got sprayed with mist by Sting and then rolled up in the Last Supper by Darby Allin for the pin and the win. Early on, of course, Miro wanted to fight everyone himself. And the crowd was dead for the majority of this. The crowd was absolutely dead. When we get down towards the end of the match and Sting's in the ring with Buddy, and he throws Buddy Matthews over to Malachi, and Malachi tags in, everybody wakes up, and these two fight. Sting actually has them in the Scorpion. Buddy Matthews tries to come in and kick him. He's like, goes, and he just like, Brody King comes in and kicks him, and he's like, and the crowd's like, oh my god, he's freaking Sting! Sting participation in this match woke the crowd up. But again, with the spray, Sting with the mist, Darby Allin with the Last Supper, pin, win, and everyone's like, House of Black can't catch a break. Now, apparently, according to Sean Ross Sapp and a lot of people who were there, Darby Allin, the House of Black all came into a big embrace, and Malachi Black bowed to everybody and blew kisses to the fans as he walked out. This could be a couple things. One, this could be him being absolutely done with AEW and this was his swan song. Or two, it could be that Malachi Black is taking time off because Malachi Black, months ago, apparently had a debilitating back injury that could have ended his career. And he wanted to leave AEW not just because of poor booking or whatever, it's because of he's having mental issues. Tony Khan probably told him, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll help you. I'll let you go get help while you still get paid to be here. So I hope whatever goes on with Malachi is better. Like he gets the help he needs because I don't want to see anybody going through anything mental. I have mental issues. I do. I don't talk about them because there's nobody's business, and I'm not like I'm fine sometimes, but it's just I do have mental issues. Everybody. You can't. I'm 32 years old. You don't get to 32 years old unless you have a very perfect life that doesn't have some kind of mental issues going on. Just saying. But see Daniel Garcia backstage, so hopefully Malachi Black will be better. Julia Hart's doing great on Dark and Dark Elevation. She's getting a lot better. Buddy Matthews and Brody King can be terrorizing the tag team division for now until Malachi hopefully comes back. And I hope Tony Khan does address all this soon. Hopefully somebody brings it up in this media scrum. Daniel Garcia showed backstage with Chris Jericho, and he asked why he wasn't out there celebrating with him. Garcia said he told him last week he didn't need to cheat, and he said he was disappointed and you let him down. Jericho tells Garcia that next week he has the biggest match of his career, and the JAS isn't going to be there to support him. Newsflash! You can't have anybody at ringside. You can't have anybody come help you in a Pure Rules match. Everyone's barred from ringside. Even coming to the ringside area is a pink slip and termination from Ring of Honor / AEW. It's in the fucking rules! God damn. Main event, CM Punk versus Jon Moxley, AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Punk puts his leg out first, but Jon Moxley responds by flipping him off and mocking him sitting down pose. The ring, these two men getting things going. Punk connects, and he's like, Punk dominates the beginning of this match until Jon Moxley gets Punk's And you knew somebody was bleeding in this match because CM Punk came out with the long boys on, but they were white. They were white, and when somebody comes out with white on in like t-shirt or tights, somebody's bleeding. This time it was not Jon Moxley, it was CM Punk. So Punk dominates until he gets thrown into the ring post, and then Jon Moxley dominates for a bit. And the end of the match was fucking great. Punk goes for the GTS, Moxley blocks it, then he kicks his leg, following up with a Death Rider. Punk kicks out. Punk then hits a GTS, and somehow, someway, Moxley falls back onto Punk's back. Moxley hits him with another GTS, 1, 2, 3, and CM Punk picks up the win. He is the AEW champion again. This was always supposed to be the guy who was supposed to be the AEW World Champion. It was never supposed to be Jon Moxley. CM Punk made a foolish mistake, breaking his foot 3 days after winning it. So now we'll see what happens with Punk. Jon Moxley had his reward. Jon Moxley got to be the AEW champion in front of a live crowd from June to August, to September. That's a nice little title reign. It was never supposed to be, but I'm glad that he got to have that and be rewarded as being the official AEW champion. This is also Jon Moxley's first time, I think, being pinned in singles action since 2021. That's a hell of a stat. Fuck on you, Roman. So as he's celebrating, the lights cut out, and we hear the voice of Tony Khan on voice calling someone in office saying he would put him in the Casino ladder match as their absence is hurting the fans. You're damn straight it has been. We didn't see the screen goes like fades and then switches to parts of CM Punk's promo from the Summer of Punk in 2000, I believe 5, when he won the Ring of Honor World Championship, and then cut that scathing promo that kicked off the Summer of Punk that year. And then we see the Booker, who turns around, so with his back is to the camera, takes off the mask, says he is the devil himself, puts on the signature scarf, and we go back out. MJF's music hits. He makes his way out to the ring, and the fans are going crazy. MJF is here. He does the discount double check. I want the title pose. Flips the fans off as they cheer him, and the show comes to the end as he says the title is his. So anybody and everybody knew that MJF was the man in the joke. It just made the most sense. I mean, just when he went to go tear off the mask earlier, and he's like, that just felt like a Tool or MJF thing. So MJF is the #1 contender for the thing. Hopefully we'll get word on what his ties to Stokely Hathaway is and this entire group and what this group is going to be called. It was finally great to see them actually do something. And it looks like MJF is going to be the leader of a new group. What they're going to be called, I do not know. But it was something also interesting in the TBS Women's Championship match that Stokely Hathaway was not with Jade. That's a bad move, in my opinion. Jade needs Stokely. Jade sucks on the fucking mic. Jade sucks in the fucking ring. She needs something, and the baddies is not enough. Overall, I would say this was a decently good pay-per-view. Last year was much better. We're just gonna say that right now. Last year's All Out was way better than this one. Of course, there were less matches. I think there was like 2 less matches, but still, this show was fine. Not everything went the way it probably should have. We'll see what happens as things go down the line, but Wednesday is the reset for AEW. They got through All Out, the biggest show of the fucking year for them. This is their WrestleMania. Hopefully they'll start treating it like that and putting this in big arenas or stadiums in the foreseeable future. Let's go to Soldier Field next year. That would be fantastic. That's just me. But that is your AEW All Out review. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the show. I don't think it should ever be this long ever again. I would like 10 matches and that's it. That would be fine. But hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, find me on Minds at the France Club, follow me on twitch.tv/France Club, and find me on Instagram at the France Club, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Raw. Until then, my name is France, and I'll see you guys later.